So today's video is going to be a short build guide on how to assemble the Damapad. I did want to make the disclaimer that this is the round 1 prototype green. This is not the production green. So with this Damapad, there are a few things that are going to be different from the production Damapad, including the color. The knob is a little different. The round one did not have an acrylic stand, so I just wanted to let you guys know the few disclaimers before we got started. Alright, so here's the Damapad disassembled. This is the top piece, plate / PCB, and the bottom piece. So the Damapad is one set layout. The only thing you can change is the encoder. Instead of the encoder, you can put an additional switch right here, but don't be thrown off by this layout right here. So it might look like it can support 3-1Us, but it can only support this layout right here. So when it comes to assembling this part, the order does matter. The first thing you're going to want to put on the PCB are the stabilizers. And second, this is important, you want to put the rotary encoder before you put on the plate with the switches. The reason being that the plate doesn't actually have enough room, or at least whenever I was installing it, there was not enough room to put the encoder on afterwards. So I had to put the encoder on the PCB before I was able to put the switches with the plate on. So it would be stabilizers and the encoder on the PCB. Then I would put all the switches onto the plate, and then you take that and put it on top of the PCB. As for the OLED, you can put it on either before or after you solder the switches, but what I would do is solder the switches first, and then I would do the OLED screen afterwards, and that way you can align it with the plate if you need to. And in terms of how high you should solder on the OLED, they do have the plastic on the back to kind of help you align it, but I found that soldering the OLED as close to in line with the plate made the screen more visible whenever you have it fully assembled. But it's really up to you because the screen has some depth in it, so if you wanted to raise this higher or lower, it's up to you, but I tried to do it as in line with the plate as I could. So when you're installing the OLED, if you're confused about the orientation, the pins will be on the right hand side and the OLED will be going to the left. So you see how the PCB, it might be confusing because you don't know if it goes on the right side or the left side. So pins are on the right, but the screen goes to the left, like this. So after you have soldered everything on, you want to just make sure to plug it in before you put it into the top case to make sure that it's working, just in case something went wrong and, for example, your encoder isn't working and whatnot. But assuming that everything is okay whenever you've assembled it, the next thing you want to do is screw the plate PCB into the top case, like this. So it's held together by 6 different screws, and you just want to screw those in. So just a small tip, before you put it all together after you finish soldering, I would recommend screwing the PCB plate into the top case and then plugging it in, just so you can see that the OLED is indeed straight or aligned to your liking. And then after you confirm that, then I would put the rest of the case together. Alright, so once you screwed it into the top case, this is when you can take the bottom piece. And then you want to screw in the 4 sides. Here's what it looks like assembled. The last thing would be the knob. So the knob I have is different from the production knob. Your units will have a little thing on the side that you can tighten or loosen. So what you want to do is put it on and then adjust the height. And once you found the height that you like with the knob, then you would either take a hex driver or screwdriver, and then you would use this to tighten the side to keep it in place. But like I said, my unit is like a little different. And if you didn't know which size keycaps to use, this is a 2.75 or the same size as a big right shift. And this is a 2.25, which is the same size as a left shift or the enter key. So in case you don't have Alice spacebars, you can also use a big right shift or the enter or left shift key. But yeah, that's how you assemble the Damapad. Hopefully I didn't miss anything since my unit was already assembled. But if you have any questions, feel free to join Bolsa's Discord to ask anything or leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.